Everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be here with you this afternoon. And I know you just finished that big lunch. So I hope that you stay awake, be with me for the rest of this afternoon, okay? So we're going to continue topic 4, control of emotions. The contents of these topics are 1. Why do we need to control emotions? 2. How does meditation help control emotions? 3. Meditation and the 7 truths. Have you heard of 7 truths? No. Okay, me either until I took this class. Okay. 4. How to practice meditation to control emotions? Okay, let's start. What do you think this ball with different color represent? Anyone want to try? Emotion. We know them also like emoji, right? Okay. So these are emotions that everyone express in every day. For example, the green, the yellow, the purple, what they are telling us? Happy, joyful, and the purple, he's content, cool. For the red one, what do you think he's telling us? He's mad, angry, Okay, for the blue one, sad. Someone hurt his feeling and he's unhappy. Okay. Sorry. So these are samples of emotion that we do express every day throughout the same day, of course, on different occasions. For example, in the morning when we get up from a good long night's sleep, what do you feel? Happy, and then in the afternoon, you haven't done much thing because the weather is so hot, so you just lazy, so you feel bored. You get annoyed for being non-productive, so it's someone else's fault, right? So emotions fluctuate and transition in responding to our ever-changing environment. So therefore, emotions do change, vary, and it is completely normal. Okay. So we are going to define what are emotions. Emotions are endless thoughts wandering within the mind. So, are we curious about how this mind receives emotions? Okay. When we perceive information through our sensory, for example, seeing pictures, image, or we witness an accident, we hearing people talking, laughing, our mind start thinking and forming thoughts or making opinions. Based on what? Based on our personal memories, based on what attachment that we have in the past experience, right? So these are emotions. These are emotions, for example, something that close to us, okay? Who got a brand new car? No one yet? Okay, you get it tomorrow. Okay? Okay, for example, if you find out that your brand new car have a big dent, what happened? What happened? You get upset. You get freaked out, right? That's emotional. So that's how emotion going to irritate your mind, right? You're not going to be sit there quietly taking that. You're going to say, okay, I'm getting emotion now. So that is how what emotion means. The mind is always absorbing emotion. In the morning when we get up, open our eyes, we tend to see things, hear things around us. Even we didn't really pay attention, right? So our mind tend to take in all those information, whether we like it or not, whether we're going to process them at that time or not. So that's how our minds always absorbing emotion continuously. Okay, right now you're sitting there here looking at me, you have emotions. I'm standing up here doing the talking. I have a different type of emotion than you, right? You are more calmer than I. So we are continuously to observe emotion. As human beings, we are always crave for good emotion, happy times, good times, right? We want eat good food. We want parties, So we tend to want to have those good memories come back to us. That's why we say we live by and cycle through emotion endlessly. So how about those bad emotions? Yes, they do come to visit you from time to time, or with an invitation. They'll come see you if you don't know how to get rid of them. So, do we want to live in a society that have no negative emotion at all? No. Okay, we cannot find that. It's not possible. So we have to deal with the bad emotion. We either try to get rid of them or let them pass by you. Okay, the moment that you allow them to stay with you, and it's going to add up, right? So if we don't have enough mind power, sufficient mind power to cope with them, you're going to end up with unhappy and suffering. That's why, happiness and suffering are the most two common form of emotion because they are within our life. Emotion can be classified into groups, good and bad. Of course, the good one also called constructive emotion, and the bad one is called destructive emotions. For example, constructive emotions, it will lead or can make a person to do good things. Imagine those musicians, composer, they create beautiful pieces of music, okay? And the inventor, the researcher, they invent effective medical equipment for us, product for us to use, beneficial to us or to a society. So constructive emotion will lead you to peace, happiness. Now the destructive emotions, the opposite. They will not bring you peace. Instead, they will give you harm or suffering. For example, many powerful people get a nation to a war, and create more deadly weapons. Of course, they're going to take life. They're going to destroy structures, and they will not bring peace to you. They'll bring only worries, suffering, losses. So those are destructive emotions. In meditations, how we associate those emotions with our meditations. Okay, for example, yesterday you knew that you plan to come to this class today, right? Some of those you come from long way. So you plan to go to bed early, get up early and come to class. So that's constructive emotions. Your goal was met, your determination was good. That's why you say you conquered your emotions. For the destructive emotion, I saw some of you at 11 o'clock doing sit-down meditation, Some of you very calm at the beginning. Some of you, I think you felt some shooting pain down from your hip to your bad knee. So you say, how can I go to stay here quietly? So those are destructive emotions. You cannot conquer them. Okay, and the worst thing is your mind. Remember, emotion is your thoughts. So the thought keep coming to your minds. What happened to that? You say, did I close the glass door this morning? I was in a hurry. So that's worried, right? So they're not, your goal not met. That's something that you want to try to work them out. When negative emotions are out of control, small conflicts can become larger conflicts. This is pretty much self-explanatory. We know that if you encounter with small frequency negative emotion, and you're not able to handle it or cope with it, you let it keep coming back days after that, what will happen? You lose the control. Comparing to, who cook at home. Wow. The rest don't eat, huh? Okay, so when you're cooking, accidentally you create a fire. You created a fire, okay? Or a fire started because you're careless. Anyway, you know that you have to contain that fire, right? If not, your house might get burned down. There's a good chance, okay? So that's how conflict can become larger, okay? Now, cause of stressful emotions. In our everyday life, we know that we cannot live in a society that completely or positive. No way, right? We can try to find it. But anyway, these are things that keep us, cause us stressful. For example, we hear people gossip us. Accidentally you heard your sister talking about you behind you. What do? You get upset. You get into an argument with you. What do you say that? You get quarrel. You get annoyed and conflict, or you get threats or being bullied by someone else. So these are emotion. That these are the cause of stress. Okay. Now the effect. Cause and effect, we learned that long time ago. So when you got stressful emotion keep coming to you, the effects is, the first thing, most of us, you get angry, right? You also get into tantrum, being vengeful. I'm going to get back with you. You say that to me, huh? Feeling sad, you go to those emotions, and the end you say, oh, I couldn't believe it. She said that to me. Now you depressed, you feeling bitter, and being hallucinated. These are more deeper trouble. These are emotions that stay internally, and especially when you're not able to cope with it. Okay. Anger can be very quick, powerful, reactive. What does that mean? Okay, I will get there. And can make us do things we typically would not do it. Anger comes quickly. When you get angry to a point, you could not hold it. You just burst out, not knowing it, that you're angry to the extreme. You max out your space. Okay. For example, any one of you have to take your kids to school in the morning before go to work? Oh, lucky. Okay. None. So imagine fathers have to take their son to school in the morning and then go to work. And teenager, they're lazy, they get up late. So, and with the bad traffic, so cause the dad go to work late many times. So one day the boss called him and reprimanded him, or saying that you've been late, you've been tardy, you need to improve it. So the father come home and saw the son, on the phone, chit chat with people, and he said, okay, go to bed. So tomorrow he had to get up early. And he said, oh no, sorry, I still have homework to do, maybe a couple more hours. The dad got angry because he got yelled by the boss, right? So he lost his cool. He started shouting, you haven't finished your homework and you still blah, blah, blah. So this is anger, can happen quickly because you don't plan those things, those moments. Unfortunately, it do happen in our life. And guess what? They might harm not just himself, the relationship that he has with his son. We experience this when we get angry to the point where we could not hold back, or we say something that we don't even recognize. We're going to hurt someone else feeling, your husband, your wife, your children, or your parents, and your friends who you have relationship, good relationship for long, many years, and because both of you don't know how to handle those moments. Extremely violent emotion will usually happen all of a sudden and tend to cause unpredictable damages. For example, you want to go out, join the big group, do the peace walk, so-called demonstration. I don't like what the government want us to do or not to do. I have my freedoms. So you think, oh, I'm cool. I know how to control my emotion. So thousands of people in the same place. Surely somebody going to lose their cool because emotion get intensified, So what happened? This group of people that cannot control, they burst out immediately. They destroy property, they turn over the car, and you try to run away so people don't step on you, right? So these are events of extreme violent emotion when you in such a repeatedly that you don't like something and keep it in your mind and you say I can handle it, but actually no. Okay, destructive emotion cause tantrum and violent actions. You saw this lady, she is depressed, right? She need way out, and it looked like she broken heart. She keep thinking, why this guy left me? We know together for so many years. Okay, so this stress, negative, destructive emotion also making people in depression, and if you're not able to handle it, destructive emotion may lead to destroy not just someone else. You may have a thought of suicidal, depressed, things like that. It tends to take you to the extreme. And some people also deal with drugs to try to block out those feelings instead of face-to-face handle it. They come from depression, and that has been deeply embedded in the mind for a long time. So remember, depression, it doesn't happen in one day. It's accumulation on those intensified negative emotion, come to see you over and over again. As we keep thinking of stressful emotion over and over, days and night. So this picture showing you that a heart had been going to be destroyed, chipping off a little by little, okay? Because your stressful, your destructive emotion keep coming to see you. The formation of those emotions gets bigger and bigger until it becomes uncontrollable. So this picture showing how emotion get built up. Okay, from a small tiny event. You see the small heart and then get bigger and bigger. The same event keep coming. So eventually it gets bigger until it become uncontrollable. Look at the father, because he been late for so many times. He did not try to clear it up, talk to the son earlier. Now I've been late because the traffic too. Let's do this, you go to bed early. So he didn't do that until that moment because he got yelled by the boss. So this is uncontrollable. That means damage is going to happen. Okay. An alligator and giant alligator have never seen its own tails. พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ had a story. It's a very good story. Okay, he talked about there was a giant alligator, and he was so huge to the point that he did not able to see his own tail. And animal wag their tail, in front of their face. he got angry. What is it? I'm going to catch you and eat you. So he did. And he started eating from the tail up all the way. And the story ends that he finished his whole body. And this is a story, okay? The comparison is, when someone gets angry, do you know what you're doing? Most likely don't remember. Did I say that to you? Did I do that? Look at the father shout at the son. So emotion take you there. And for the alligator, he was angry. So anger make us don't know who we are. We tend to, the end result, we tend to hurt someone else's feeling. Someone else get hurt. Okay? And there's a saying, you are being, if you cannot control your anger, who's going to control you? Anger going to control you. Right? Also, it said that people saying that you are being eaten by your own, you are being eaten alive by your own anger. Okay, so anger is very powerful negative feeling. Okay. Some people have never practiced meditation, but they can control or eliminate such stressful, destructive emotion well because they have enough mind power from natural meditative mind. We heard that before. I'm sure some of you never done meditation before, but every day you saw some problems, right? Because พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ explained that we all have natural power, meditative mind. When we sleep, our mind have the moment that we fall asleep, our mind is at the natural meditative mind. That the moment you're going to produce mind power and get accumulated then. Anyone here have power bank? No one? You have two? See? Okay. We can when we sleep, we recharge our mind powers. So when emergency or your mind power run out, what happened? It will be nice to have power bank with you, right? Not just emergency because power going to go out, you're going to use them up. Okay, so comparison, doing meditation to accumulate your mind power is like a power bank. Okay. See, this guy is sleeping. He is receiving mind power through natural meditative mind. So now this is the real one. This is when people start practicing meditation, they will accumulate more mind power, thus strengthen their consciousness, which in turn enhance their capability to control emotion. So from the class 1, 2, 3, the topic 1, 2, 3, we learn, you hear so many times about when you do meditation, you produce mind power and being accumulated. Okay, so in here, who is the person, or who is the one help you solve those coping with those negative emotions? You want to try? Mind powers. Okay, what else? Okay, mind power is correct, but mind power, the mind with strengthened consciousness. Consciousness is the one help us, right? Okay, consciousness is the one that help us solving problem, coping the problems. Now, 3, meditation and the 7 truths. And I know none of us here heard it. This is your first time. What is 7 truths? พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ say that we all possess with natural power or mind power ever since we were born. That's why we have some ability to handle the negative emotions. Okay. Now, the พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ compare. We all have this good quality, 7 of them in us. Okay. พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ compare them, call them as troops. So we're gonna use the troops. Okay. The 7 troops. The 7 troops, we use them to help us to cope, to manage our. Oh, okay. I need to go faster. Okay. The first one is my power. Of course, we learned that. Okay, already. The second one, prudence. Prudence is like you be careful. You're cautious about what you're going to say, what you're going to do. You have a detailed mind. You want to prevent other big problem coming up. The third one is refrainment. Refrainment is just like a self-control. You're going to stop saying something or doing something. You pull yourself back. That's you have refrainment. Now, self-warning is like an internal alarm system. You're going to remind yourself with reason. You don't give advice to yourself. Don't do this. That's not a good idea. Sip, you know. So that is self-warning. The next one is patience. We are born with certain limited level of patience, and you know yourself sometimes say I'm run out of patience for this thing, you know, so you know that your limitation. So your next one is wit. We know witty people, you know, sharp-minded people. So wisdom is a good friend that you want to have it all the time because they help you solve problems and give you ideas, and also know the end result is always going to be turn out good, turn out peaceful. Oh, sorry. The last one indifferences. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is a very good tool to have. It's like when you're in situation very in deep trouble and you don't know how to handle it, you tell yourself, it's so many negative emotions within me. I want to be cool. I want to be calm. I want to get out of this situation. So you have to let go of those, right? This is very hard to do it, but with sufficient mind power, you can do it. And this is people use it as a protective defense mechanism. So these are the 7 troops พระอาจารย์หลวงพ่อ compared to troops because in nation they have armed force, they have troops to prevent, to protect their nation, and the 7 troops that in my power does exactly the same thing. Okay. During the peacetime, the troops have to be in training as scheduled, intensify. They have to learn how to use the new equipments so they stay alive to come back. And the same thing during meditation, those 7 good qualities, you going to be in training. You incubating them to prepare them for to handle those negative emotions when you encounter with them. So doing meditation, the 7 troops within us getting trained and to be ready to combat an enemy like undesirable or destructive emotions. The intangibles fight with the intangible. You know, the troops, real troops, you know, they're human beings, weapons, they have physical thing you can touch, you can see. But emotion, can you see it? You can feel, you know, you know that it exists. My powers, can you see it? Can you touch it? But until you're able to use it to help you solve problems, then you know that you have my power within you. So this is a sample of the troops, how it works. Okay, this one is getting furious, bickering about something or someone. You see the couple are arguing, exchanging words. So you think what could come out to help is prudence. You know, when one person is angry, blah, 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 the other one going to say, okay, I let him finish what he's saying. I don't want to provoke him. I'll be careful because we might end up with a big fight, right? So the next one, having an uncontrollable outburst of anger. You see, the guy getting, hands up, like I'm getting ready to hit you if you say something. So it's going to be need patience. Okay, it's going to need patience. So not to say anything to provoke him more, to trigger even worse thing. Thank you. Yeah. Feeling or distress, dissatisfaction, hatred, or disgust. So you see that this person is dissatisfaction and want to really get upset, don't know what to do. So the troop that have to have a very strong self-warning to be able to come out and warn yourself not to do it, because if you do that, it's